Hey, guys, how are you? Are you on this roller coaster ride in your business? Are you always trying to figure out what's the next thing that I can do? Oh, there's a shiny object. Oh, there's a new product. Oh, let's go to this social media. Let's do this. And you're always all over the place, and your business is like this. Yay, it's good, then it drops. It's good and it drops. Is that your life? If it is, I'm speaking to you. If it's not your life, you might just want to mosey on down because you're not going to like whatever. Not that you won't like it, but it's not really pertaining to you. I'm talking to those people right now who are on that roller coaster ride, who they're just like, you know what? I'm just going to figure it out. How many times have you said, let me just figure it out? And then time goes on and you've never figured it out. Maybe you don't know how to get leads. If you don't have leads, that's customers, then how do you have a business? Maybe you're just going to figure out how to talk about your products another day. 2 years go by and you haven't figured it out yet. Look at all the people who could have been there to purchase from you. What about that? What if you can never find a customer's order form? What if you don't know where their phone numbers are? So you just say, I'll figure it out another day. And that next day never comes. I'm tongue tied. That next day never comes. And what happens is years pass by. I challenge you today, if this sounds like any of you, pull up your cell phone and I want you to go to that person that you've been putting off calling because you weren't organized, because you didn't know how to present your product, because you didn't know how to ask for that referral, because you didn't know how to chat about whatever it is. I want you to look at the last text message and I want you to write down the date. How long has it been? 5 years, 2 years? Maybe you cannot even find them in your phone because it's been so long. We have a habit of protecting ourselves. It's natural. We just want to protect ourselves because we're afraid of what? Rejection. We're afraid of failure. So to protect ourselves, we build this big shield or wall or whatever. And guess what? We just tell ourselves we're going to do it another day. It's like we pacify ourselves by saying that, right? And that next day never comes. And because it never comes, what happens? We've just told ourselves, you know what? Just going to forget about it. I'm not going to be any good about it anyway, so I'm not going to do it. So you have all this negative talk. And then what happens is someday you bump into somebody and maybe they're in the same industry as you and they've got the fancy car and the fancy house and they've got the promotion and the bank account that you could have had you stepped up, and boom, you get a fire lit underneath you, right? And you're roaring to go. And all you do is do the same thing again. You get disorganized. You can't find the leads. You never perfect your sales process. So you don't know how to give an adequate presentation or above average presentation to get people to what? Buy your product. So this is the solution. Okay, guys? If you are in business or you are a salesperson, the key to success is systems. It's systems. It's not the sale. Truly, if you're solving the person's problem, I believe the price really doesn't matter. You need to have systems. Where is your lead? How many times you're going to contact them? What is your sales process? How do you present? How do you close? How do you follow up with that person after the sale? How do you follow up with that person if they don't purchase from you? That is a sales system. So oftentimes people come in and they're like, here we go, the water bottle. This is a great water bottle. And they just try to sell it to everyone. And now they can't remember who they talked to. So they're like, did I talk to them or not? So then they don't contact them and they miss out on tons and tons and tons of sales. And those people are like this all the time, roller coaster, roller coaster. And it's exhausting. It's exhausting. The other thing that happens with people is there's people out there, such as myself or other coaches and mentors, who can help you and can guide you along the way. We've been there, we've done it, right? But people have this pride and they never want to ask someone a question. So the people who don't want to ask questions, they don't rise to the top because they're so busy trying to figure everything out when a simple phone call could have solved it. Not sure if you noticed, but there's many people like myself or top leaders who are so willing to share our knowledge because we know we've been where you are. And do you know what we love? We love it when people ask questions. And hey, Deborah, and they want information. We want to serve others. We want to help each other be successful. But many times people just don't want to ask questions and they go from course to course to course to course and they never go into action. If you want today to be the first day of the rest of your life, you need a sales system and you need to know who you can ask questions of. And I believe it to be true. What are your thoughts on that, Deborah? Never lose another lead. Make sure your sales process is solid. Show up online or in your presentation with, the keywords and phrases. You don't need to know all the details, but you do need to know how to present and ask for the sale, close the sale, and follow up, right? So if you have that down pat, you're going to be successful. In my mind, I truly believe it. If you haven't had a 15-minute business chit chat with me, schedule one. Let's talk about your business. Let's talk about where there could be gaps, right? If there's gaps in your lead generating or your tracking system, it's going to affect everything else. If you've got a solid lead generating and your tracker, right? But you don't know how to close a sale, what's going to happen? You're not going to make any money, right? If you do all of those things correctly, but you never follow up with the person after the sale, guess what? You sold them on loving your fancy water bottle. They can't find you, so they buy it from the next person who comes along. A lot of times people are selling their products and someone else is reaping the reward. So schedule that 15-minute business chit chat with me if you have not. Let me help you, serve you. And if you're rocking this, share with us what you're doing. We can all share a little knowledge, right? And help one another. Oh, I'm so glad you agree, Deborah. Well, those are my tips for everyone today. I hope it will put a stop to that roller coaster ride. You'll get your sales process in order and you'll just be rocking it to the top, living the life that you deserve, debt free, taking vacations when you want, if that's what you want, blessing your community, if that's what you want, whatever it is that you want, you can have, but you have to put forth the consistent, systematic effort. That's it for today. Bye. It's Erica V.